Hello everybody, it's me, Vincent, and welcome to another episode of VincentVision. Wachow! I wanted to come to Universal today to do a pretty important video, at least I think it's pretty important. It's about food and how to eat it here at the parks. If you have been to Universal recently, you know that they are really pushing for guests to order their quick service food through the mobile app. So today I wanted to come to the park and try it for myself and see what it was like to try and order lunch at one of the busier restaurants here the middle of lunchtime. It's about 1 o'clock now, which is a perfect time to have lunch for a lot of people. I'm actually gonna spread this video out between 2 days, so I'm gonna come here twice to have lunch. Today's Friday, and I'm here in the Simpsons area of the park, and I'm gonna try and get some food at the Fast Food Boulevard, which is definitely one of the more popular spots to get food here in the park. And then tomorrow, I think I'm gonna go over to Islands of Adventure, try out the busiest area easily, Three Broomsticks. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mobile order some food on the app, and we're gonna go through the lunch experience. Now, it is worth mentioning, you don't have to use the mobile app. Not every single restaurant uses it. There are a lot of booths nearby that you can get food just by waiting in line. Like, for example, Bumblebee Man's taco truck, which is right over here, is very popular to get those really great Korean beef tacos, but it also gets a pretty long line. So, you know, I think right now they're using the mobile food ordering sort of as a way to just get people in versus like an added convenience. Like, you know, I remember when they first rolled out mobile order at all the theme parks, it was like an alternative way to get your food a little bit faster without having to wait in line. Now it seems like it's the only way to get food. So we're gonna see what that's like at Fast Food Boulevard here. So the first thing that we're gonna obviously do is make sure that you have the Universal Orlando app, right? And also, this is super important, go ahead and just save yourself the trouble. Just get a account set up for your trip. That is gonna make things so much easier. I have a wallet set up where my card is linked, so whenever I buy stuff like food through the app, it just does it. It's super easy. You don't have to put your information all the time. Get ahead of the game. Super important. The next thing you gotta do is order your food. Let's see, we're gonna go to order food. You're gonna scroll down to, we're going to Fast Food Boulevard over here in the Simpsons area. So it's table delivery, okay? So you can't go up to like a counter and take it for this particular restaurant. You have to get seated and then they'll bring their food out to you. But you do have to order in advance. So we're gonna order our food. I don't even know what I want, honestly. Let me see. I don't want the clogger burger, geez. Let's eat light. Is that possible? Is that something you can do here? Honestly, I feel like I could just go for some chicken tenders right now. I'm not looking for anything special. And then I also want to get a Buzz Cola. This is like a specialty soda that they serve here in Springfield. It's like a cherry soda, but it's kind of fun. Hey, you know, when in Springfield, do as the Springfieldians do. I got my stuff here. Let's do checkout. And all right, cool. So my order is received. It is ready to go. Now I've just got to get in line over at Fast Food Boulevard to get my table. Now this is the part I'm a little intrigued about. There is a bit of a lengthy queue here at Fast Food Boulevard. So we're just gonna like get in line and see how long it takes to get seated, get my food and stuff like that. This is 1 o'clock, so this is the lunch rush, obviously, but this is also when a lot of people are gonna be eating their food here at the parks. So kind of let's see how that experience goes. And then tomorrow when we try the Three Broomsticks, let's kind of compare. Dun. Here we go, let's get in line, let's see how long this takes.
Take me to your comic books and baseball cards.
So when you come into Fast Food Boulevard, they've got this big old mural of all these Simpsons characters. And I know the show has been going on for a really long time, but it definitely feels like this might be all of the Simpsons characters. They also have this little reference guide here, so you can find all of the characters here, and I think we're looking at a total of 457 characters, ending with Bloodening Kid number 4, which is right here. We just got our table. They cleaned it off for me. It took about 27 minutes to get to this point, and we've got table number 31. So 31, and we should be in. We're ready to go. Now we just gotta wait. I still got my timer going on, so let's see how long it takes to get my chicken tenders. So I asked the person who was putting everyone at the tables if you were able to just like go up to the register and order, and they said that you were but it usually takes longer to get your food because I guess the register orders go down to the bottom of the list. So mobile orders get prioritized. So it's not a bad idea to just like stick with the mobile order. Even though sometimes it just feels so much easier to just like go up to a register and order your food, mobile order seems to be like the way they want you to go. Ta-da! Our food has arrived. Our chicken thumbs, chicken tenders here from Fast Food Boulevard, which actually look kind of good. Like I was expecting something a little different. I like the way these chicken tenders look. I'm very excited. What I'm not as excited about is that it took about 52 minutes, almost an hour, to get seated and get my food. Chicken tenders, of all things. Check it out, it is now time for the breaking of the tender. Oh, look at that. Okay, I feel better now. So we just finished with Krusty Burger. It's about 2:30 now. And from what I can see, the line to get inside Fast Food Boulevard is a little better. It's still like kind of long. I think like the peak lunch times here at Universal can start as early as like 11:30 and go on till 3 o'clock, which I know it's crazy. You definitely want to eat earlier, right? Like 11 o'clock. I'm going to come here tomorrow and I'm going to do Three Broomsticks around the same time. But based off my experience, I usually try to eat food here at the parks at 11 if I know I want to have like a sit-down lunch somewhere. This is the wonderful DUFF Lite. The DUFF beers are probably the most popular custom beer that they have here at Universal, and this is the light version. I usually go for like the regular DUFF, but I wanted to see what this one's like. This one here, the DUFF Lite, this is more of like a Pilsner versus the DUFF is more of a lager. They also have a dry stout called the DUFF Dry, and then sometimes they have Dufftoberfest, which is my favorite, but that's like a really seasonal beer that only comes out during like Halloween Horror Nights time. I think I'm definitely in that camp of people who prefer the Springfield area over the Springfield ride itself, right? But I'm excited to drink this, and once I do, I'll pretty much be done for the day. I'll come back here tomorrow for lunch to try my luck at the Three Broomsticks. We'll see how it goes. Until then, I'm just gonna enjoy the sun, drink this beer, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, all right? Take it away tomorrow, me. And Saturday. Hey, everybody. It is Saturday. It's part 2 of our mobile food ordering experiment. I am here in Hogsmeade Village at Islands of Adventure, and I am ready to eat at the Three Broomsticks. I went ahead on the way over here. I made my mobile order. I'm going to be getting something that used to be a really old favorite of mine. I'm going for the shepherd's pie. Like I said earlier, I think the Three Broomsticks has to be the busiest quick service location here. And normally I'm really like looking for like the really long line that they have here, but it seems like they're not using that area for line anymore. It's in that little place you can just kind of hang out and grab a drink. The line for Three Broomsticks now starts right over here. And now it's time for the games to begin. So there is a pretty lengthy queue to get into the Three Broomsticks, but this line used to be like out in the middle of the street, so they moved it all the way back over here. And you get a pretty good view of the Velocicoaster. All right, we are in the Three Broomsticks. We finally got our spot. 43 minutes to get to this point, and it looks like they're seating us in the VIP section here at the old cash registers. The seat I've actually sat at before. So we got our table. It is literally the exact same table I sat at the last time I was here, which is kind of fun. I went to put my order in. I set it up in advance, but it didn't let me pick a table. So luckily there's a lot of team members that are walking around all the time, so you could just say, hey, help me out here with my order. I still got my timer going on, but I'm expecting this to be about an hour as well. The exact same as Fast Food Boulevard yesterday, which is good, right? Consistency is nice to have. Let's see. We'll see how long it actually takes. Okay, and timer stop at 53 minutes. Not bad. Pretty much identical to Fast Food Boulevard yesterday. So it's obviously like if and around, but I guess around 1 o'clock, if you were to go to one of the busier restaurants here, you would expect to wait close to an hour, which is a lot for some people, but I mean, they're popular for a reason. Three Broomsticks has some fantastic food. I think it has the best quick service here at Islands of Adventure. And then The Simpsons just has a lot of like fun American style food that's just like done a little bit better. You know what I mean? This is the shepherd's pie with the garden salad, and I've got a little sweet tea here as well. I haven't had sweet tea in a long time, and butterbeer is great, but just a little too heavy for this type of lunch that I'm having. Now it's time to eat. Oh my gosh, I devoured that meal, but you know what? That was really, really good. Woohoo! That was a good meal. Oh, is there stuff on my teeth? Please don't tell me there's stuff on my teeth. Anyway, Three Broomsticks was great. Like, I did feel a lot better once I actually had my food about waiting as long as I did. And it is nice to see that, like, out of the two big major quick service restaurants they have here, you did end up waiting around the same time for each. So, you know, knowing that information, that like if you show up around lunchtime and try to go to one of these spots, you're gonna probably wait close to an hour. I think I've kind of figured out like 3 different options that you have here in the park. First one, bring your own food. I know some people do that, and if you have like a big group, it helps. You know, that one's kind of like at the bottom, just because this video isn't really about like trying to save money. It's about like trying to eat in the parks, but it'll save you a heck of a lot of time, right? I think the second option would be to do something like just snack along the way. There are tons of different booths around the park that serve really fun snacks. Like, you know, one of my favorites is Natural Selections over at Jurassic Park, right across from the River Adventure. They have empanadas, they have fun churros, you know, everywhere's got an icy, everywhere's got soda and things like that. You can pick up a hot dog right by King Kong. Over at Universal Studios, they're doing the Summer Bites food, and those are all like actual meals that you can just get by going up to the food truck. There are different ways to have full meals around the parks at the booths without having to commit going into a line for a quick service restaurant. And the third one is, honestly, if you can, just get a reservation for one of the sit-down restaurants here at Universal. Like, especially if you're planning this trip in advance, if you can grab a reservation for a day that you're at the park for one of the sit-down restaurants inside the park, it ends up being about like the same amount of time, right? You know, you can wait an hour for the Three Broomsticks, or you can spend an hour inside Mythos because you've got a reservation already set up for you. And yeah, you might be paying like a little bit more, but the food quality is there. These are nice sit-down restaurants, and I think people, you know, they overlook the importance of having a good sit-down meal when you're in the parks. So I think that's kind of why these places have really long lines, because once you're seated, you're in AC and you got to cover and you can enjoy your food in peace and then head back out into the park. And like, it's not to say that like eating at Harry Potter isn't worth it. Like, it totally is. It's a really great experience, but it might end up being just a little bit longer than people expect, especially if you're trying to eat during that normal lunchtime. So if you are going to try to stick to something like Three Broomsticks or Food Blvd, just try to eat there before the lunchtime. You know, like I think 11 o'clock is a good time to try and have an early lunch, and also that's when a lot of these places open, so you can get in, have your food, and then when everyone's in line during the lunch rush, you can get in line for Velocicoaster or Hagrid's, right? That's pretty great. Food is becoming more and more essential to the experience here at the parks, and there are a lot of different ways to get it, but you know, hopefully watching this video kind of helped you guys figure out how you want to go about it and to see what it's like from the ground floor, right? Like ground beef. That was a dumb joke. I'd love to hear what your favorite places are to eat here at Universal. Is there somewhere else I should have gone, somewhere that you would recommend that usually has a pretty short line and really decent food? Leave a comment down below. I'd love to see it. We're all just trying to help people out to get ready for their Universal trips. It's gonna be an awesome time. I am gonna get on out of here. I've had 2 big theme park lunches back to back. I'm gonna go back home and nap them off. So thank you guys for watching VincentVision, and I will see you around. Enjoy your meal. Bon appetit. Magnifique. I don't know. I got it. See you around, guys. Bye.